Liverpool lost.
Music.
Hex, I try explain. Tell me no why you're none fear stress my brain. Me hex them, vex them, still a vex, I still a try fi explain. See me on the right, girl, better take the left lane. Hex, I try explain.
Wagwan people, welcome back all you wasteman and wastewoman out there. This is your boy Ron, the boss, the leader for the wasteman gang. So let's talk some football, people. More specifically, let's talk about Chelsea. Today we're going to focus on the reasons why I think, in my opinion, that Timo Werner and Kai Havertz are not really working out at Chelsea so far. And I say so far because there's still time for these two guys to come good and play well. I'm not a fan of Chelsea, as you guys already know, but I do want to see them do well because I'm a football fan, right? And so, but before we get into that, we're going to touch on a little topic that I like to call one-trick ponies. And to me, these one-trick ponies are Frank Lampard and Jurgen Klopp, bro. And the reason why I say these men are one-trick ponies is like they only know how to play football one way. And while it worked for Klopp for the past 3 or so years, you realize that a couple of things are happening to Liverpool. They're being found out slowly but surely, and the players are getting tired, bro. I don't know if it's a matter of them, if the congestion at the games why these players are getting tired, or if they're just being worked out because they've been running non-stop for 3 years. But the players are getting tired, they're running out of ideas. And the reason why I say Klopp and Liverpool, Chelsea are one-trick ponies is that they only know one way of playing. Like Klopp depends so much on his right back and left back that if they're having a bad game, the whole team starts looking like that scene from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, bro. Nothing but shit. But you get my point, right? It's stupid how Klopp and Lampard, which he's been playing the same way ever since he started with the young team last season. It's just crosses and inshallah. That's it. Get the cross in, hope something happens, bro. There's nothing in between. They don't change up their formations or their teams or their system to fit the team that they're playing. And while it worked for Liverpool last season, I can see that it's coming to a tilt and they've been declining ever since February. But on to the meat of the matter, the main story of the day, finding Timo Werner and Kai Havertz. Now, both of these guys have been underperforming significantly since they started at Chelsea. And there's not a lot of media attention on what they've been doing. Remember, Bruno took to the Premier League like fly and shit, right? The Premier League was made for Bruno. The hype of Manchester United was made for Bruno. He took the leadership position of being in the team, and he's been guiding the team to newer heights ever since. But not every player can step up to that type of pressure from the Prem and playing for a big club like Chelsea. We're going to talk about the type of players that these guys are and why they deserve to be blamed for the current form that they have right now. But first, I would be remiss not to talk to you guys specifically about Chelsea's recruitment, and Lampard and their role in making these guys play the way they're playing right now. I mean, if you think about it, Chelsea didn't put too much thought in their recruitment when they went out and got Havertz and Timo Werner. Chelsea's been sitting on this money for more than 2 to 3 years now. They had a 2-year ban from transfers. They had Hazard money sitting on. They had Coutinho money sitting on. And they were just itching to spend it. So man, them going to the market and like, I'm just going to buy the newest, brightest tie on the shelf, bro. And at that point, it was Havertz and Timo Werner for what they were doing in Germany. But them man didn't sit back and say, hey, let me take a look at how Lampard is playing, or Lampard wants his team to set up, and see if these men can fit in Lampard's squad. And the reason why I say that, Exhibit A, Timo Werner. Timo Werner always, when he was playing for Leipzig, has always been playing next to Poulsen, that big brother from, I think, Poland or wherever, right? And Poulsen was the target man. The target striker that they would put up the ball in the air, he would take it on control, connect people to the play. Timo Werner's role in that team was to play off Poulsen, run in between the lines, get those through balls in, run from the right, left-hand side into the box and score. Timo Werner was comfortably in that position. He was comfortably in that system. Lampard doesn't play that type of football. Lampard plays with a front three, which means that Timo Werner will come into this team either on the left-hand side or straight down the middle. Anyway, so if Timo Werner was always playing with that 2, Timo Werner is young, probably about 23, 24, never played in any other league before, right? You're going to take him and bring him in the Prem, a new country, new language, different aggression in the Prem, and you're just going to leave him out to dry like that, and then lately down the middle, expecting this man to start adapting to the league just like that. If you look at the Bruno example, Bruno played overseas. He played in Italy. He went back and played in Portugal. He's been playing up. So he has a lot of experience. And he came in at, 26, 27, right? So Bruno has a lot more experience and the ability was there for him to adapt. Why did these men expect Werner to come into the Prem and just jump off right off the bat and start winning? Yes, don't get me wrong. I'm not here making excuses, finding Nemo. Because if you think about it, finding Nemo get too much goals and dash, bro. This man been missing goal. I played it before in my videos. You man see. Wait, what? It's playing? Where? There you have it. Finding Nemo. The point that I'm making is systems are what make players, bro. And if you're going to buy a player who's been perfect in one particular system, a young player who's been doing well in one particular system in a new country, bring him in a new country, bring him in a new league, you have 2 options. You change your system to fit said player because you paid a lot of money for him, or you take your time and you bring him into the team and you weed him into the type of play that you want him to, which is what Solskjaer is doing for Van de Beek right now, which is what had to be done for people like Fred, which is what had to be done for people like Lindelof, because they weren't ready to come into the league, jump into the team, and star right away. Again, not everybody can take to the Prem like Bruno took to it, bro. So this morning I got into an argument with someone on YouTube, calling to this show called The Football Terrace. And this Chelsea fan kept going on and on and on and on. It wouldn't allow me to talk, talking about I don't know what I'm talking about. The entire time he was there just yapping off, I was like, just waiting for my time to talk. But when I finally got an opportunity to explain to him why I think Chelsea's recruitment was one that failed these players, was that I don't think Chelsea should have bought either one of them. Exhibit B, Kai Havertz, bro. No, Kai Havertz really, he had a decent season last year with Leverkusen, right? He was really good. But he really started showing his prominence and his goal-scoring ability in the second half of the season when the German league came back on and they were playing from March all the way down, I think, till June, from May until June, where these men were actually playing some good football. He was scoring goals for fun, bro. After the lockdown period, Leverkusen played 9 games. After that 9, Kai Havertz played 6. After that 6, he played as a false 9 in 4. And then in the other 2, he played as a cam. In all 4 of the games that he played as a false 9, he scored in 3, made an assist in 1. In the 2 games that he played as a cam, he scored in 1, a tap-in, and then but he got substituted in both those games, which common sense would dictate that in the games that he played as a cam, he didn't really play as well as people thought he would. I was watching the German league because of Leon Bailey. Leon Bailey so happens to play for Leverkusen, which is why I was watching that side in the pre-lockdown, post-lockdown, which is why I can speak to where Kai Havertz were playing, and he was playing as a false 9. Now, did Chelsea recruitment look at that and say, hey, but this man really wasn't at his greatest as a cam, as a central attacking midfielder, or as a central midfielder. He was at his greatest as a false 9, that same position that Firmino plays, bro. But Chelsea never really looked into that. In my opinion, Chelsea never had to take a second to say, where is the best place for us to put Kai Havertz? Because they brought him into the team and they played him on the right wing, expecting for him to go down, use whatever skills they thought he might have, cut in and score. They played him as a cam in a 4-3-3. They played him as a CM. Kai Havertz was never the tenacious, skillful midfielder that would take the ball and play 1-2s, shred passes through the defenders for others to run onto. He was never that type of player. He was never the Coutinho or Bruno Fernandes type of player, bro. So why are you trying to make him into that type of player in a new league? Kai Havertz was always a false 9. He was always playing up front where he was scoring goals. Every time he played as a cam, it never worked out. And we all know, as football fans, that if you're playing a squad or a system that involves a number 10, then the formation you should be playing is 4-2-3-1 or a variation of sorts. You cannot be playing a 4-3-3. When you're playing Kai Havertz in the midfield with Kovacic, with Kante or Jorginho, he's going to be lost, bro. He's going to be and that's exactly what's going on. You're not seeing Kai Havertz at all. So whose fault is it that these men are not really participating and not really doing well? Chelsea. The recruitment. In my opinion, in my humble opinion, if Chelsea were going to go for Kai Havertz, they should have gone for Kai Havertz with the intention of changing their formation and system altogether. If Chelsea were going to go for finding Nemo Werner, they should have revamped their formation altogether. Overall, Chelsea play cross and inshallah. Playing cross and hey, to God be the glory. I hope it work out. They don't need a striker like Timo Werner, which is trying to run around like beep beep. That's Timo Werner. What they need is someone who's willing to hold up the ball, play it on the flank, make movements in the box and get headers like a Cavani, like a Haaland. They have Giroud right now, and yes, he's old, he's like 34 years old, but Giroud could still do a job for them, and you see that he's doing that now. So that's the reason why Giroud is thriving in this Chelsea team. And if you can see that, and if me can see that as a fan, want to Lampard in blind, right now, as we speak, Giroud is the best striker in Chelsea team, in form. And it's not because Giroud is better than the rest. It's because the system set up perfectly for Giroud. You don't go buy Chriswell, who has a wonderful left foot. You don't have Reece James, who has a sweet right foot. And then you go play Timo Werner or Tammy Abraham, who cannot head the ball for saving granny life. You have them players, and you play Giroud because he's the best they have in heading the ball. He's the best they have in movement in the box. You don't buy a player like Ziyech, whose left foot is sweeter than sugarcane, and play Timo Werner with him, bro. You don't get a player like Ziyech and not play Giroud with his qualities. Again, systems make players. And the system that Chelsea plays, the players that are in this system, requires Giroud to play up front. So yes, Timo Werner deserves all the blame because he's playing like shit. Kai Havertz deserves all the blame because he's playing like shit. But don't forget, you need to blame Lampard and the recruitment at Chelsea. And before we go, people, let's take this opportunity to induct this man into the wasteman gang once and for all. Right? This man step up, do him thing for Man United this weekend. Ralph Huttle, or whatever you want to name, the manager for Southampton. Big up your blow yourself. As of today, you are now an honorary inductee into the wasteman gang. Viewers, subscribers, thank you, man, for watching. Big up on yourself, all you waste man out there. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, drop a like on the video, leave a comment as well. Manners.